Hello everybody! It is currently morning here in Colorado and it's a very dreary day. It's just cold and I dropped my car off this morning because I got a dent in the trunk of my car. What happened was I backed into a moving truck that was kind of blocking my spot, but I didn't think it was blocking my spot. The only part of it that was the big door, and there was a huge handle, and I backed into that metal handle because I couldn't see it, so it's slightly ajar. That's a fun word, ajar. Can't wait to get it back in good condition. With the weather like this, it definitely affects my mood, and it made me not really want to make a video today, but I am trying to stick to a schedule. I am trying to be consistent, not only for people watching my videos, but for myself, because especially with everything so weird in the world right now, it's, I think, really important to try to have a consistent schedule and mindset, because otherwise you just end up feeling like mush. So I am trying to do I am doing two videos a week now. I am posting on Sundays and Wednesdays, so this will be my Wednesday video. So I have a bunch of different ideas for videos I'd like to make. The ones that you all seem to be the most interested in are the ones where I talk about my relationship problems. So this time I'm going to talk about how I got over that person that I loved. I just don't like breakups. I hate them. If you're in a serious relationship with someone, you tend to map out, or at least picture, your future together. When something happens and it kind of pulls the rug up from underneath you, it can feel devastating. If you're in that situation, I'm so sorry. It sucks, but you will get better. Trust me. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true. And the thing is, there's no shortcut to feeling better. Just like there's no shortcut when you work out, you just have to put the work in and go through the motions until you actually finally start to see some results. If you're going through a tough breakup, it's gonna take you some time because you actually need to go through that loss and that pain that you feel, however much it sucks. Especially when you're with someone who knows how to manipulate you, it can make it very easy for you to sweep your own feelings under the rug and try to pretend like everything's fine. But in the long run, that's not going to do you any justice. So I guess the first step of truly getting over someone that you love is feeling all of that pain. Whether that's crying in your room, or journaling how angry you are, or listening to your saddest music in the shower. You just need to feel that pain, and it's gonna suck, but you gotta get it out because you don't want to hold any of that in. If you hold that in, then it's going to affect you in a negative way. It's going to give you a negative mindset. You really just need to let yourself feel all of those emotions, because also you're giving yourself that as a recognition that it was all real and it wasn't all in your head. You owe it to yourself to validate your own feelings. No one else is gonna do it for you. No one else can make you feel as good as you can make yourself. Not to say that it's not nice to have people support you and, help you through it, but it's all in your head. It's all about your mentality. Once you let out all that pain, it's not just going to stop. You're not just going to stop feeling that pain. It's just going to get slightly less painful over time. And the more you try to get over someone, the less it's actually going to work. That brings me to number 2. The next step in my mind, start working on yourself. Try something new. Do something that's going to distract you in a good way. Get yourself into some habits and hobbies. I started doing a bunch of different things. First of all, I started a whole freaking YouTube channel, so woo! I'm really proud of myself for that. I also started, but did not finish yet, a quote mood board. I really love making mood boards. I made them for my Disney apartment when I moved there. I made different color pictures for every single different poster, and depending on my mood, I would switch them out, and it was really cool. I wanted to create something that was my own. I love being creative, And so YouTube and then this little project gave me somewhere to put my energy into. Sometimes I will do tarot cards. That will bring me into a deeper way of understanding what I'm going through. Also, I started working out. I wanted to feel better about myself, and I needed something to put my energy into. I had something to put my creative energy into, and then I needed something to put my physical energy into. And then you have something to put your emotional energy into. So I guess that's kind of like a, how do you make a triangle? This looks like a turnip. So this is the triangle. I just made this up. You need somewhere to put your physical energy, somewhere to put your creative energy, and somewhere to put your emotional energy. There needs to be a good balance for you to feel happy. All of this stuff is easier said than done, but I promise you, once you start sticking with something, it's going to make you feel better to stick with it. We are creatures of habit, so having something stable we can stick to in a time of maybe emotional uncertainty is a really good thing. Number 3, boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries are so freaking important. The only person who can help you is yourself. If you don't want to be helped, you're not going to fix what you got going on. You need to make boundaries for yourself. What that means is, if you are trying to get over someone, following them on social media is not going to help. I know you don't want to hear that. I have been there. Especially in a relationship where you were cheated on, looking through social media is the worst possible thing you can do for yourself. I cannot stress this enough. I think there's a kind of negative connotation associated with like blocking people, but if that person is not good for you, you need to completely take yourself away from checking in on them. However much you want to hold on to them, nothing is going to change the fact that things ended the way that they did. You cannot start to heal and remove yourself and stop loving someone until you finally get rid of them. For me, I'm such a visual person that seeing their picture, even I had to delete all of my pictures of them. Like, seeing their picture or seeing what they're up to on social media is not healthy. I don't know personally how anyone can stay friends with their ex unless it wasn't that serious in the first place and nothing big happened. But if you're like me and you were in a very extremely serious committed relationship with someone and they completely stabbed you in the back, it's not a good idea to look at their social media anymore. It ripped me apart. And the thing is, I was doing it to myself. I was letting myself... You need to eliminate any sense of hope. Because even as hurt as you are, you wouldn't be so hurt if you didn't have any love for that person. Just holding on to hope in this situation, it's not going to do you any favors. I saw so clearly the future with this person and I thought things were great, and it turns out they were not. Having that kind of abruptly taken away from you just feels unreal. You're probably going to hold on for a little bit, but eventually you are going to have to get rid of that person on social media because it's not going to be healthy. Unless you don't use social media, unless you are really great about not checking and stuff, but I don't want to be reminded of that person in any way. Which brings me to the next part of this. You need to get rid of the things that they got you or the things that remind you of them. I am a person who connects things or people with like emotions. Everything has emotional value to me. So you can't be holding on to that stuff if it's gonna make you feel a certain type of way, because it's just gonna make you feel worse. How do you not think of a person every time you look at something they gave you? You need a clean slate. I am here trying to help you get into being your best self so you can give yourself a clean slate so you can continue with your life in a healthy, positive way. Okay, so to recap, step 1, feel the pain, let it sink in. Step 2, focus on yourself. Do stuff that makes you happy. 3, block them. Don't have any contact with them. Don't keep the hope alive. 4, Get rid of their stuff. Don't keep around anything that reminds you of them. Once this person is out of your head, you won't even be thinking of, like, you shouldn't be thinking of, I need to stop, I need to get rid of them, I need to stop loving, because if you focus on that, then you're going to be focusing on them at the same time. So just try not to think about this person. It's really hard. I spent plenty of nights falling asleep just thinking things over, driving myself crazy. I still have intrusive thoughts to this day, but now I know how to manage them better. Once I have an intrusive thought, I say, oh, that's an intrusive thought, and then I like tell it to go away, kind of. I'm still working on this to this day, because what happened to me and what happens to a lot of people is not easy to get over with. Why should I waste my time thinking about how he hurt me? He wasn't thinking about me when he did all of that, so why should I be thinking about him now? Whoever it is that hurt you does not deserve your energy. If you keep having intrusive thoughts, the best advice I can give you is acknowledge that it is an intrusive thought and you didn't have any control of it popping into your head, so don't blame yourself for thinking about it. Don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge it and send it away, because you don't want that kind of energy near you. Healing is not an overnight process, but I hope some of these pieces of advice helped you if you were in a similar boat as I was in. I feel for you and I'm sorry, but it will get better. Again, that sounds so cheesy, but it's really true. It won't get better overnight. I can't promise you that things are going to heal up perfectly, but you'll get through it, okay? So, thank you for watching my video. If you could please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, it would really help me out to know I am supported in making these videos, so I'll continue making them. I appreciate you watching this to the end, I really do. I am really trying to grow my YouTube channel, so the more support I have, the better, and I truly appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.